Arrived. There we go. If, like me, you tend to feel that Sunday is the start of the new week, then we begin another cycle. I'm doing Bibliomancy live each morning, at least for the next 25 days. Bibliomancy is a word for picking a random book, dipping into it, and seeing what the first sentence your eye falls on tells you about the world. Although this is the fifth one I've done live, it's actually the 10th one I've done since my birthday. It's a really interesting experience, just randomly. I've got a lot of books. I've got 3,000 odd books in the house, and just dipping in. So far, over the course of the last 10 days, I started with the Dalai Lama, then I had a science fiction book by Greg Bear, the Krishnamurti Reader, he's a great Indian thinker, 100 Artists' Manifestos, artists generally writing entirely impenetrably about what they think they're doing, a novel by Truman Capote called Summer Crossing, a theatre textbook, the memoirs of somebody locked up in the Gulag by the Soviet authorities for being a dissident, a psychology textbook, and a book on the life and death of the island community of St Kilda. Very interesting just to have all these random things come together, and each day I look at it, I think about, whatever it is the book reveals to me. Yesterday, the book on St Kilda, the community of St Kilda, was talking about the difference between necessities and luxuries in rural, remote communities. And I live in a remote place these days. Very interesting to think what is necessary and what is optional. Anyway, moving on. Today's Bibliomancy is going to be a well-known novel. First book my hand fell to when I reached for one of my bookshelves is Beloved or Beloved by Toni Morrison. And page 77, I guess the hands made her think she could do it. Get us both across the river. What a beautiful image. I guess the hands made her think she could do it. Get us both across the river. Such a simple, clear image of what it is to be in community, to be in relationship, to connect, to reach out the hand and to share your hand with another so that you can enable both of you to get across the river, the boundary, to get to the other side, to reach safety, to move on with your journey, whatever it is that is your reason for needing to cross the river. And sometimes, of course, you are the person who reaches out your hand to enable others to cross the river. Sometimes you need to say, who can give me their hand to enable me to get across the river? Of course, we can try like strong individuals. I don't need nobody's hands to get across the river. I'll swim the river myself because I'm tough. Maybe you'll make it. Maybe you'll get swept away. And you know what? Even if you make it, maybe there'll be nobody to witness that you reached the other side. Humans are relational. We need each other. She reached out her hands and in that gesture suggested that she and the person to whom she was reaching her hand together would get to the other side of the river. It's a beautiful image. Today, are you going to reach out to someone? Or are you going to allow someone to reach out to you so that all of us together can bring ourselves safely home? Beloved, Toni Morrison. Almost far too convenient. But if, of course, you would like to reach out to me to work with you as a coach or a mentor or a guide or whatever, Just reach out. Perhaps I can help you get to the other side of the river. Hey, have the most wonderful Sunday, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Reach out to others. Allow others to reach out to you. Connect.